Welcome to Sports Communications Topic 3. This is Topic 3A, Working with the Media, Part 7, where we talk about environmental analysis. Situation analysis is basically where we look at external forces, such as what's happening in the political climate, what's happening in the economy, socio-cultural trends, so thinking about demographics, changes in views about things, technology, what's happening with the environment, what legal changes are happening, and demographic trends like moves in population, something where we would actually consider something like the Christchurch earthquake and how that's impacted on society in Christchurch. We also consider all our publics, and we should consider the competition. Now with the competition we think about how intense it is, how much bargaining power buyers have, whether there are substitute products, how much bargaining power our suppliers have, and whether new entrants can enter the market very quickly. And we'll look at all those sets of things. And first we're going to look at a SWOT analysis. Now most of you will have come across SWOT analysis before, but I'll do a quick run through. It's an acronym for strengths and weaknesses, two halves of the organisation. You don't just think about what you're good at. Those are inside the organisation. Then you think about the opportunities that are outside the organisation and the threats that are outside the organisation. Together, those are outside the organisation's control. We need to look at what goes well, but equally what doesn't go well, which are the threats and the weaknesses. SWOT analysis is a business tool. It's used quite often in strategic planning. It's basically business reflection, and that's something that's really, really important for businesses to do. You brainstorm the business's SWOT, you identify what key issues you've got, then you need to formulate strategies so that you either play up or play down those issues. You prioritise those things, and you develop strategies and actions that are going to, or determine the strategies and actions that you're going to take. You implement them, and you monitor them, you measure them, you check how they've gone well and how they haven't. Also, you can use it as a profile, an organisational profile. So a SWOT analysis can be just a useful thing to do outside the planning arena. A little bit about history with SWOT. Developed in the US, primarily at Stanford University and Harvard in the 50s and in the 60s at Stanford, where people started looking for how well the internal capacity of the company mixed with what was going on outside the organisation. So they were looking for a strategic fit between those two things, and often they didn't find one. Businesses commissioned a long-range study at Stanford to investigate why lots of the long-range planning businesses were doing wasn't successful. The difference between actual to plan was about 35%, so they got it 2/3 right. So actually that's not too bad. So then they developed the strategy of the SWOT to go through to just help make decisions clear about what's positive and negative about the present and the future, or what they think is positive and negative about the present and future. And after identifying the SWOT issues, then they can sort out what actions need to be taken, and so that they can ensure that the weaknesses and the strengths are built on. So that should lead to better plan to actual. That's the idea anyway. Next time we're going to have a look at Porter's 5 forces and carry on from there.